Yeah, that's correct. Just press the print button. Hello guys, this is Genius Finds, and recently I found out that I'm running low on my SKU labels. Now some people may handwrite every, SKU with their hand. I find that doing it this way, especially if you have a lot of items, is the best way. That way your numbers are all sequential. Sometimes you may forget, if you do it by hand, you may forget that what number you're on. So this is actually the best way, I think, that if you have a lot of inventory, or if you're planning to, have more and more build your inventory, that is the best way to keep things organized. And I don't do this too often. These are 2x1 labels, so it's like 2 inches by 1 inches tall. And here I have probably less than 200 left, like 150 left. So I have to get started and create more labels for the items that are going to go into my store. For you, if you're starting off, probably one roll is going to be plenty. This is actually a roll of 1,000. I think you can get it in like rolls of 500 or 200. I'm not sure. Go ahead and look it up. But this is not the regular label that you use with your ink printer. It's a thermal label. So it only works with a thermal printer. And although it is expensive, the labels, I think probably, depending on what kind of inkjet printer you have, if you're using those, you're going to spend more money on ink, I think. So it may be better for you to get the shipping printer and use that to create your labels. So I'm going to show you how to do that, how to populate the numbers through the Excel file or Excel program. And that's going to be probably the most difficult part. Everything else is going to be simple, easy. All you have to do is press the print button, right? You need to create a new Excel file. Then on top, we're going to put the numbers. Now this is row 2, and we're going to start from here. I have number 7,000 because I'm going to start from number 7,000. But if you're starting new, you may want to do 2, maybe start at 1,000. It's up to you. Now there's a number of ways to populate this, but the easiest way to do it is just go ahead, put your first number on top, and then we're going to just drag this down to 1,001. And the reason why we do it to 1,001 is because the numbers of the header took up space row number 1, so we're going to go up to 1,001, and then we're going to go here, click on the right, and then we're going to do the fill series. The fill series is going to number it to 7,999, and we'll see that right here when I scroll down. When I scroll down, it's at the 1,001 row. It's going to be 7,999, which is correct. Now, depending on your roll, if your roll of labels is 200 or 500, it's going to differ. You're going to go to row maybe 501, and then do the incremental numbers. And then we're going to save this. Make sure you save this and know where the file is, because we're going to have to reference that in the Word file. So we're going to create a Word file. We're going to create a new blank document. We're going to go here, and then we're going to go right here to the Mailings tab, and then we're going to go to the Start Merge. And then we're going to create the labels. Once you come to this tab, you're going to see the continuous feed printer. We're going to use the shipping label, the thermal printer. So we're going to do the continuous feed printer, which is the rolling printers, the printers with the rolls. So it's not going to give you the trays anymore. What I mean by rolls is, it's rolled up into like these ball, as opposed to having like a sheet. Now, if you do know like your Avery or like you have a dyno, and then you know what your labels are. Hold on, let me see if there's a model here. It doesn't have a model number right here, but if you do know what your template label are, you can just click on whatever it is right here. Just by looking at this, the sizes right here, I think this might be the one that's correct. But in case you don't have it, what you can do is, for me, I'm just going to create a custom label, which I've already done. It's a 2x1. So if you're using the same roller printer or like the rolls that I'm using right here, I'm going to show you my numbers. Hold on. I messed up. Let me go back. Labels. I'm going to go to details right here so you guys can see. These are my numbers that that I'm using. You guys can use this. Just pause the video and just take these numbers in. Of course, again, depending on what label you bought is going to be different, so you're going to have to play around with it a little bit if it's different than this one. And it's very easy. You know, you have different like guidelines right here, side margins, top margins, and stuff like that you can play with. Of course, I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to press OK, and then we're going to go OK. So I'm going to use that label. Now here, we're going to select the recipients, and then we're going to use the existing list, which is the Excel file that you created. We're going to reference the actual Excel file, and then have this checked on. So the first row and data contains the column headers. We're going to have that checked on. Okay, press OK. Here we're going to go to the insert merge fields on top. And then you remember the numbers heading. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And you can see that it comes out right here. Now we're going to do the preview results. The reason why we're using the preview results because it looks different with the actual the headers right here, the fields. It kind of gives you a different feel to it, so I'm just going to use that right here. And then we're going to change the fonts, or you can change the fonts to whatever you like. So I'm going to just put maybe around like 36 or maybe even 28. I don't think it has to be that big. Then we're going to go to the layout. We're going to do a maybe an indentation to the right a little bit, and then maybe add a little bit of spacing on top. So this is based on your preference, what you like. You may want to make it again like a bigger font or change the font altogether. That's totally up to you. Maybe like that. That looks reasonably good. And then we're going to go here. You can preview what the results are going to be. So this is going to be label number 1. You can see right here. If you click on the right, the next record is going to be 7001, 7002, 7003, and so on and so on. So if that looks correct, we're going to go here. We're going to go merge. And then we're going to do print the documents right here. Now, when we print the documents, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to print from 1 to 10 just to see if it's correct. And then if it works out, I'm going to print from 11 to 1000. So we're going to go here. I'm going to add the new roll to the printer, and then we're going to go ahead, click OK, and then, you know, do this thing. So this is a no-name brand printer. What I'm going to do is add the new roll. That looks good. So we're going to go ahead and click on OK. And then hopefully you have the printer set up. Select the printer. We're going to go ahead and click OK. So we're going to go ahead and check it out. So you can see this is how the labels came out, 1 through 10, or from 7,000 to 7,009. And it looks good, but I think I can make this font a little bit smaller. So it looks good, but I think I can switch out the font a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. It doesn't have to be that big, so I'm just going to change it to 28. And again, I'm going to just go ahead. Okay, finish the marriage, print documents, and then we're going to go ahead. Instead of from 10 to 11, I'm going to go from 11 to 1,000. And I'm going to print OK, and you're going to see how quickly this actually works. How quickly this printer prints. So you can see that it's ended at 7,999. What I'm going to do is re-roll this back into the original cylinder, the cardboard cylinder. So now I have a task of re-rolling this back into the cardboard cylinder. And this is going to take the most time, effort, but it's not too hard or difficult once you get going. It's very easy to put it back into the roll cylinder. But for now, I'm going to print the other 1,000. Now, I like to do this. This is the way I just roll it, you know, very loose. You can see it's very loose right here. And then after a while, I will just give it a very good, nice tug, which will actually make it tight. That's the fastest and easiest way to roll it. And that's it. So I hope you guys liked this video, and if it did help you out, go ahead and subscribe, and I'm going to be leaving the affiliate links for the labels and the printer down below. So if you guys can use those links, it will help me out in making future videos, and I'll see you guys next time.